Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Lane and Justin, and we are trying a new thing where we're going to do a podcast every Saturday. Is that what we're doing? Saturdays? We're going to try to upload it Saturday.
Sometime on the weekend.
Sometime on the week. And we're going to be talking about TV, news, gaming, anything that happened during the week. Mostly TV and gaming.
Hit the big ones. The worthy news slash.
We're big into Flash and Arrow, so that might be a topic weekly. Plus, obviously, we have gaming channels, so
yeah, I mean, unless you want to watch some more other shows I watch, so we can.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, Parks and Rec is in season 7 right now, and it's the last season. So you want to catch up on 6 seasons in the next week?
I didn't even know that show existed if it wasn't for Chris Pratt.
Yeah. And you wouldn't have known Chris Pratt existed unless it was Guardians.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not really into catching up on things.
So basically, Marvel movies is the basis of all your knowledge.
I mean, I caught up on Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was amazing, though.
That's true.
So what do you want to start with? Arrow, since you have a hard-on for Arrow.
It's my second favorite show of all time, even though that seems early to give
that means your first is what? How I Met Your Mother?
Chuck.
Chuck.
How I Met Your Mother got really, really cliche. I don't know. They like made Lily like this, just a running gag. Like she would only say the same stuff, and then I don't know. It just kind of died towards the end. If they ended it at like season 7 or 8. Perfect. It would have been perfect, but
didn't they like make it so they ruled out Robin being the mother like early?
Technically, they said like the pilot because he says Aunt Robin. We all kept trying until we figured out that I think it was like she couldn't have kids in like season 4 or something.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Something they rolled it out, but people still wanted it. I still kind of wanted it, but then the mother showed up, and I was like, I like the mother. And then they just kind of went right around.
They just killed her, so no big deal.
They didn't kill her. What was it? We don't even know.
It was cancer, I believe. It's your show, but that's what I believe it is.
I didn't care at that point.
But in Arrow, you thought this week was
I liked it. I thought it was a strong. It had like a different kind of tone to it. Like it wasn't like really the sad tone that it was like last week. I mean, Felicity was still kind of like, it kind of seemed like she was just in like, I wanted to talk about it in a separate video, but like the episode earlier was like the 5 stages of grief. You could kind of see all the characters go through it when they figured out Oliver was dead. But then like this episode was kind of like Felicity's entire acceptance of it. Like she's accepting that she can still be part of the team and all that stuff, and she can still help Ray so that he doesn't die. And maybe it's because, what did she say to Laurel? It's like maybe it's not about like I forget what she says, not honoring the dead, but maybe it's about like keeping our friends alive and stuff like that.
I just don't think the show is good without Oliver. Maybe that's just.
Well, he's still in it, right?
His scenes were good in this week's, I guess.
What it does? I mean, he's still in it, but we know he's coming back from the promo. He's coming back this week, next Wednesday.
I don't think I saw the promo. I probably did.
Well, he's coming back.
Did they show how he's coming back? Because that's another thing.
The promo is him saying like to Tatsu and Maseo left, so Tatsu he's saying like I can't be here all the time, like I have to go back, and then you see Felicity sitting at the thing and it has like a headline on her computer and it's like the arrow's back, and then she's like turning around, which I'm assuming is Oliver in the cave, unless it's one of those scenes where they're like they know what we're expecting, so they put something in it before it.
I don't know how they bring him back without. They're not just gonna have him stroll up in the cave.
Yeah. What it looks like, they have a scene where he's in a crowd like breaking up a riot or something, or like one of Brick's like sieges or something, and he kind of like shoots off into the distance from on top of a car, and then he like glides across the screen. It's like one of the moments where like the show's CGI kind of sucks, which they've only had like 2 or 3 instances of that really.
Well, how does he get his stuff? He robbed it from his own.
You know what, Lane? If Bruce Wayne can do it in the third movie of the trilogy,
well, let's not bring that up.
We can do the damn same thing, you know?
Nobody likes that movie, so.
Yeah, they do.
The whole loophole of Batman getting back to Gotham and getting all his shit is very flawed, to say the least.
They love the trilogy, but they put the Dark Knight Rises probably at the bottom. I go Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and then Dark Knight Rises.
I figure that they're gonna have like the other people fighting Brick's people, and then Oliver just show up out of nowhere somehow.
Yeah, I see that. You mean like Roy and Canary?
Yeah, and probably Diggle, maybe.
Yeah. Diggle's always in like a car off in the distance, and then he comes out with his Glock like the fighting's done. Like, what up,
Watching
guys?
with his binoculars. I'm always here for help if you need any help.
Yeah, but that's
I'll wear a green hood just in case.
that was awesome though. He actually got some archery practice in there in the 3 days that Oliver was gone. That was impressive. He missed his shots mostly, but he did more better than I thought he would do.
I just thought,
but him not being there opens up so many like other options. Like before Oliver like died, quote unquote died, like we didn't have like Felicity and Laurel didn't really have scenes. We had like a few episodes earlier where they had like moments where like Laurel called Felicity like at one time when she was in a pissed off mood, and she's like, "Are we friends? Like, is this supposed like what are we supposed to do?" But then like they had that moment last week where Laurel was like, you know, I thought Oliver was dead once, but he came back, so don't give up hope kind of thing. And that was really sweet. And then this one, they had a huge, that huge scene where Felicity came to Laurel's office and basically told her she should be Canary. Like that's huge. And then like Roy and Canary having their moments too.
I don't like Roy for a second.
I don't know why. He's a why don't you like him? Do you know why?
I don't. He just rubs me the wrong way.
Well, is it because like I don't know? I can see why a lot of people didn't like him like season 1 and season 2, like when he was all kind of pissed off all the time and didn't have his powers and stuff. But like he's a badass Arsenal, and since Oliver's been quote unquote dead, like he's been like filling the shoes pretty well. Like, you know,
I guess I don't know. I can't explain it.
So you don't like the character? You don't, or you don't like the Roy character? Or you don't like the Arsenal character?
Maybe it's just the person who plays Roy. I don't know. His face rubs me the wrong way. No,
sometimes it seems like he overacts a little bit, well, or delivers lines kind of weirdly.
He's not as good as Oliver, I guess. Well, like,
what do you expect? It's the main character.
I guess he just tries to be Oliver, I guess would be what I'm trying to say. Which I guess it was like his idol or whatever.
It was his idol, and then basically, I don't know. They still get that. I don't know. There's that whole mentor relationship. Like when Roy was pretty upset, kind of when Oliver was like leaving. And did you notice that? Do you notice like the little facial cues and stuff?
Yeah.
Plus, like Roy never like his mom wasn't. His dad was gone like way early, and then I guess his mom was gone towards the end. I don't really remember. So like the fact that Oliver wanted them there and stuff like that speaks volumes.
That's true. I guess. I don't know. I can't explain it.
We'll table it. He might grow on you.
Probably not. 3 seasons in, I guess he's only been in a season and a half now.
He was in all 3 seasons. Well, showed about halfway through season 1 and then was there though.
Yeah, but he wasn't like always in the episode until like the end of season 1.
No, he's had a few stints where he hasn't been in an episode.
I call those the good old days.
Well, what about the other kid, the kid that's been going after Thea? They actually
DJ?
made him useful this week.
I didn't like him.
I hated the kid. He was an arrogant jerk, and he was making out with Thea when Thea should clearly be with Roy/me.
So you think you're Roy? Is that what?
No. I wouldn't mind having those fucking escrimas and shit. Like he's armed to the letter in that Arsenal suit. But
I guess.
Yeah. Any other big moments in the episode you thought?
Not I didn't like the episodes.
I don't know. All in all, I thought it was maybe like the death. The guy when they shot one of the aldermen, that kind of fell flat because everyone like blamed themselves for it. And I was like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he shot the gun at the guy. So I don't know. But then the only other week,
because they probably thought that Oliver would save. Like that wouldn't happen if Oliver was alive or there. Well,
then again, season 1, Oliver was actually doing the killing. So you know.
Well, I don't think they like that.
We kind of just swept that on.
They didn't care then. That was all right.
Yeah. Other than that, like the only weak scene I really felt was like the Ray Palmer Felicity shit. They're still setting that up for some ungodly reason. Because if Oliver comes back, can they really play the Felicity Ray thing? Like, is she gonna? I feel like she might like get with him right before Oliver comes back, and then it'll be this awkward fucking moment. I really hope they don't do that. But
Wouldn't that have to be like the beginning of next episode then?
yeah, it would have to. Unless Oliver comes back and then just doesn't show up at all.
I don't know. You didn't think this week's Flash was good though, or you didn't think it was as good?
Not as good. I think Pied Piper. They made like Pied Piper actually kind of cool.
Yeah, because he's a bitch in the
he was
comics.
a genius, and B, he was like, huh? He's been in the comics.
No, he's a bitch in the comics.
Yeah, he was an Easter egg. I think in Arkham Asylum. I think you can find or maybe that's Ratcatcher. That might be Ratcatcher. You find somebody's tools in like a ventilation shaft or something, and it's an Easter egg in that. But
I just like how they're bringing out Wells. I guess they're revealing like a little bit more about him every week.
Well, we actually saw him run this week.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh well, guess that's confirmed, even though it's kind of been.
Yeah, those are basically already.
Well, like
confirmed.
the whole time I was like, oh, anyone can duplicate a voice. I mean, they did it on Arrow too. Like she was using her sister's voice. Oh, real quick, doubling back to Arrow, I totally forgot about the whole like Detective Lance doesn't know his daughter's dead thing. And then they brought that back up. I was like, oh, and then she made it worse by like staging like she was her. I was like, that guy's gonna be heartbroken when he hears about that.
I think Lance needs some glasses to not tell that Laurel's taller than fucking Sarah.
I know. And I love how Detective Lance can't figure out shit, but then, no, Detective Lance, right? I said that. But then Detective West in The Flash, like, gets everything, and he knows, like, David Thoreau quotes when the Clock King's, like, taking over shit. He's so much smart. He's like an actual detective, and Lance is just, like, off doing his own shit.
But I thought they made Pied Piper useful, which I don't know any of Flash's enemies other than Reverse Flash.
All I knew was the stuff from the Justice League, like Mirror Master, Captain Cold, Trickster. Mark Hamill's coming. That's this week, right? He reprised his role as Trickster from the old show.
I don't know if I thought this week was going to be them, like Firestorm or whatever. They're going to
Firestorm centric stuff.
Whatever. I don't know. Or isn't this the Canaries week? I don't know. I don't know the name of this episode.
What?
Are
you talking Arrow or Flash?
Oh yeah, that's I was thinking something else.
Crossing the streams on me, Lane.
I'm getting confused. There's too many superheroes. Oh god.
Yeah, but we saw Wells run. Cisco. It was kind of a.
He got
Cisco and the Cisco Caitlyn relationship's kind of like coming into. That's kind of a thing now. Even though I want the Barry Caitlyn thing.
I don't think like Barry and Caitlyn are gonna. What?
They might for like some point. You gotta have.
Well,
I don't know.
Robbie's alive.
Yeah, but he's also two people. He's got the professor guy as like controlling his. I don't know how is it controlling his mind or are they just sharing the same mind?
I think they're
the Yugi and Yami.
They haven't really said.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll figure out in a couple episodes.
I want to find out more about Dr. Wells, but in Arrow, I just like, oh, when's Oliver gonna come back?
Yeah. What do you think? Like, you think Dr. Wells is gonna be Dr. Wells Reverse Flash is gonna be like a villain like throughout the whole entire series, or do you think it's just gonna be like he's the season one guy? Because I feel like him being gone next season would
that would lose a lot because he's
unless they bring somebody in that can take his spot.
He's like the best actor probably in the show. Or maybe not. I don't know.
No, I can see
he's the most compelling character.
Yeah.
Just because you don't know.
Like, especially when they showed up at his house and like he had to cover all that shit up.
He was an idiot.
Barry was onto him, right? He like put all the window pieces back together. He's like, yeah, nothing came. It was no prank call or anything.
Wells and Eddie figured out that like if it broke above him, why doesn't he have any scars?
Yeah.
I look forward to Flash more so than Arrow the past 2 weeks. It's been back for 2 weeks.
I can see that. In the beginning of the season, I thought Flash had like 7 straight good episodes or something like that. Something ridiculous. Well, from pilot to like what was that episode where the electric guy like broke into Star Labs. All those, pretty much all of those were strong. And then Arrow kind of beat the shit out of their mid-season finale, and that's probably just because they killed off Oliver against Ra's al Ghul. And then
I didn't think they were going to do that though. That was just out of nowhere. It makes sense though, I guess.
I like it. I like that they had the balls to do that. But I don't know. I just feel like people don't know. Actually, that's not. I was gonna say they probably don't. Most people don't know like Flash villains, like you said, and I don't really know many. I just know their names. I don't know like if they can be cool or not. They made Captain Cold cool, which I'm happy.
If they can make Pied Piper cool, I'm sure they can make anybody cool.
That's true. But then like it's not like Arrow had like super villains. No one really knows. No one knew who Komodo was or whatever the hell.
Yeah, but they got to use like Deathstroke, and now they're using Ra's al Ghul. I mean, I guess that their secondary ones aren't. Brick's cool. I like Brick.
Yeah, he's actually dude. I thought that he was just like a generic guy, but he was in Young Justice. He was like this big invulnerable guy.
The guy that got for him was like the perfect actor.
I think he was like the bad guy in like Agent Cody Banks or something like that. I was like, where did I see this guy before? But yeah, he was definitely cast well, even though he looks like he's slightly out of shape and like his punches are slow as hell. But
in the comics, he's supposed to be like a anti-human or whatever they call him. But
yeah, he's supposed to have like invulnerable skin and all that nonsense.
I don't know. Once Oliver comes back, it'll definitely be. I think Arrow will be better, but I don't know. I don't know.
So right, what else we got on the docket?
Dying Light came out.
Ooh.
Which we got to play, or I got to play and you got to watch, but
yeah, we haven't. Yeah, you didn't really make it this far.
I didn't make it far enough to learn anything about it.
Enough to see that, or enough for both of us to know that we probably like it better than Dying or
Dead Island. Oh, it's basically Dead Island, just like I can run on walls.
Yeah, it's quicker. You said it looked beautiful. It really did when you're on the rooftops there. It looks amazing as opposed to like just.
I guess Dead Island was on
cars and stuff.
Dead Island was on 360 though, so the graphics are a lot different.
True. I don't know.
It's definitely a game. If we like me, you, and our friend Justin got it, it would be fun. Or like Larry or somebody.
Do you know how many people can play at the same time?
You can do 4-player co-op, and then you can do like 4-player co-op, and one player can be a zombie and come in your game and fuck around with everybody.
A Left 4 Dead / Resident Evil / all those.
Definitely made.
I guess it's been done before. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
been done before, but
it's
all about execution.
I don't get how it couldn't be. They couldn't put the parkour in Dead Island unless they just wanted a slower game, which I guess it makes it a slower game in Dead Island without it.
Plus, it was a first attempt anyway. You're not going to get everything out there right away.
Yeah, but like it basically like they took the engine of Dead Island and just like, let's run on some walls and we'll make it a game and make extra money.
The Mirror's Edge 2 trailer came out at E3 2 years ago. We might as well try to incorporate that somehow. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like when they made Dead Island, they wanted it to be slower just because it's all melee based. Like if it was running gun and stuff, it would be faster. But they did have guns in that, but they were.
Yeah, you didn't get that till the end of the game.
I never used that. You can have an electric fucking katana. You really think I'm going to use a gun? No. No.
There's too many zombie games, though, nowadays.
I know. I kind of want some of these things to like take like a 5-year break, like vampire movies or any alteration of that, or TV shows. Like I think, there's some TV show that just came out. I've been seeing trailer. I think it's on CW. Maybe it's like some zombie chick, it's like Boy Meets World sitcom type. It's got that vibe about it, but she's a zombie, and it's like no one really cares. No one that knows her, they all know, but they don't care. So like she's like, oh, I'm like dead, and like aren't you undead? But like, oh, come on.
So it's probably a bad show. Is what you're saying?
just put it to rest for a little bit. Like let it have its moment. Then we'll pick it back up. You can reboot it.
Well, I mean, now like every Call of Duty game's getting zombies. Like every
where's Spec Ops? I love Spec Ops. Spec Ops just didn't have the legs, I guess.
It didn't have the replayability that Zombie has, which I don't even know how many people play zombies after they get the Easter egg and everything like that.
A lot of little tiny racist kids online, I can tell you that. Whenever I played public on that stuff, that's who I ended up with.
I mean, I know you haven't played the new Zombies, but they did do a lot of different things.
Yeah, it does I mean, the same core stuff is there, but it does
the core stuff that you want to be there, and then they have like electric zombies that can like shut off your exosuit, which puts you in like terrible positions, which is a pain.
What's your exosuit? Is it just the abilities that you have online, like stim and
No,
close.
you can jump and dash, and then you need your exo thing to get Juggernaut and all the regular perks, but they made it in your exosuit. But like you could be like mid jump and get punched by a zombie, lose your exosuit, and fall into a group of zombies right under you, and then you're done for. That's usually how every zombie
game. Nice
game
little
ends.
narrow escape plan, like just so you can sprint through.
Basically.
Yeah. I would play zombies more consistently if it wasn't like if the start wasn't so slow. Like if the prep work was already done for me. like it'd be cool if they incorporated a thing like, hey, you guys got to like wave 5, and like if they gave you an option to save at a wave so you can pick up from that point at any other time.
It doesn't really start as slow in this, mostly because you can get your exosuit and everything.
Yeah, you said wave 2, you guys usually have it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just jumping and all the other stuff. But then the box is still there, right? The mystery box.
It's a 3D printer, but yeah, same.
Whatever. And then
same thing.
I heard you guys say hit the box, so I'm just turning it to a box.
Everyone's still gonna call it by the old stuff, even if they rename everything.
Does a 3D printer sometimes go ha 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 and then disappear to another part of the
It doesn't laugh at you, but yes, it does break.
Yeah, and then all the perks, right? Guns guns still on the wall.
Yeah, I mean it's the general what you want in zombies, and then they just added new things. Like there's poisonous zombies, and you have to run to a contamination zone or else you die.
So it's kind of like the Destiny raid boss, dude. The middle one there,
basically.
The cleansing one. Yeah, I mean, it's probably worth a try. I mean, Extinction probably could have gave them a run too, but they shipped out the Ghost with fucking one map. Like I don't know why you think. I mean, I understand that the developers usually fight with the publishers a lot with like development time and stuff, and then they're crammed at the end, and then they have to cut stuff, and then publishers change their minds halfway through. Like some of the George Lucas stuff I've read, like he shut down a lot of cool stuff. Like they had a game, Darth Maul, the red guy with like the dual lightsaber thing.
Yeah, I know.
They had like a stealth action game with him. And then they were trying to make a co-op, and they were going to have like his female, like I think it was a love interest maybe, or something. She was going to be the co-op partner, and then they were trying like they pitched George Lucas some names or whatever, and he's like, no, it would never be like that. And then he gave him some like shit, like that same reason that the on Force Unleashed ended up with the guy being named Star Killer. That's just because he shut down, like they tried to make him related to like Luke Skywalker, and then George Lucas was like, fuck no. And he basically almost shut down the game, and they're like, fuck it, we'll call him Star Killer. Because that's probably what we want to do to fucking George Lucas if he wasn't paying us so much money.
I never really got into Star Wars, and I don't really want to either.
I was pumped for Star Wars 1313 though. Did you see that E3
game?
demo?
I didn't.
It was a
saw
third-person shooter about like Boba Fett or whatever the fuck his name is, the bounty hunter guy, and it looked incredible. Then again, it was also I think that was the same year as Watch Dogs that everyone said it looked incredible, and then it shipped, and people were like, eh.
That game wasn't that good.
Not that good, but
it was.
It was a good first attempt for Watch Dogs. I still have it. I'm still waiting for the rest of the season pass stuff, which I should probably
not as good as GTA. So that's
no.
Kills it.
And then Rockstar goes out and they're like, you know what? We're gonna make GTA fucking better. First person, you can be a fucking shark, like all this other shit. We're gonna put a 747 in it. Have fun, Ubisoft. We'll see you for Red Dead 2 when you actually have a chance to make a sequel.
They just save Red Dead 2 just in case.
Yeah, they already have prepped and ready to release. The marketing's all set up. They're just waiting for somebody to try to succeed.
They have all their copies just in their warehouse. We'll save this for a rainy day. They haven't put out Heist yet.
Heist for GTA.
Yeah,
that was a bad one.
Those are gonna
a lot of games are fucking up. Like the Sim City thing crashed at launch, Master Chief Collection.
Everything did last year.
Yeah, I don't know why. Our development cycle is getting hit that hard, or are they? I feel like I think I read somewhere where they need more time with the next gen ones, which is why the COD 3 developer cycles are actually probably a really, really good idea.
Maybe.
Just because it gives them an extra year to develop.
Halo probably just messed up just because they underestimated how many people they thought were going to play.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think a lot of people want to rebuy this.
Yeah. So you think they were just trying to like reship another thing to try to get cash grab type thing, and then
possibly
they made it too good?
All their power is probably on Halo 5. like all
Yeah.
their defense. So
Yeah, because they'd have to be split for it too.
yeah, so they were probably just like, let's just put some better graphics on 2, and then we'll call it a day.
When did the Halo Combat Evolved anniversary thing come out? Was that like 2010?
I don't know.
Because I feel like they would have had 2 pretty much done by that. I feel like they saw the success like immediately with the Combat Evolved anniversary, and then I feel like they would have been like, "Fuck, we should probably do 2 because that game and this one did so well. We might as well do it there too." So I feel like they might have had some of it ready prior to doing it, but then they just have to port 3 in. 4 they didn't touch.
They didn't touch 3 at all either.
They did put a lot of work into like organizing it all on the menu and all that stuff, but that doesn't take 2 years.
Yeah, I can't imagine that takes that long.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably just like beta testing or something.
Dying Light was
everybody split.
I don't think Dying Light had anything wrong with it yet, and I haven't heard anything wrong with it.
No,
so maybe
that was my big thing because Dead Island was a buggy piece of shit. It was really really fun, but then what happened to me? Did I lose my?
You lost your save file like 12 times.
Oh no! And then it was that the achievement for exploring all the locations, but they only put in like 71 instead of 72, and then they just gave me a free one. So because I did all the work, I just got screwed over. Like if I was at 70, I would have been completely fine when they gave the patch out. But yeah, that kind of pissed me off. Dishonored pissed me off too because that had a bunch of achievements where
I've never played that game.
Well, anyway, there was an achievement for playing every mission like stealthily and then like not killing them, and I didn't pop it even though I went to the title screen and it had a check mark next to like both of those things, and I was like, well, you know what, fuck this. I'm done. But
games, I mean, Evolve's probably going to be solid when it comes out.
That does, but the issue with Evolve though, I feel, is replayability. I feel like people might get slightly bored, even though it's kind of like Left 4 Dead.
It's going to be competitive, probably.
Yeah,
it's going to be weird competitive, but
it was out. They were doing those esports things.
Yeah, well, it can be competitive. It's just who's your best monster on the team.
True. Well, how do you do the how do they do the competitive thing? 5-on-5 or members?
4-on-1, and just whoever had the fastest time.
Is the team 5 or is it 4? And then like only one person plays if it's monster round.
I think it was just 4v4. 4v4, and one was a monster.
I feel like they would make them cycle the monster though, depending. Like kind of like a shootout in hockey or something.
I don't know.
Everyone shoots in that. That's a bad example, I guess.
Because one of the monsters is definitely going to be overpowered, if not
that
all of them.
The Wraith looks so fun.
Is that the new one?
The teleportation like can like duplicate itself to like as mirages and shit.
I know when we played the beta and we were the Goliath, I think it was. I'm not really sure which one we were.
We beat the shit out of the Daisy.
Yeah, we did. The Daisy's pretty cool though, so.
She's such a problem. She was annoying because she's basically a 5th member. All she does is really pick up people, but she ended up picking up.
You kind of need that though, so you're not just chasing after the monster aimlessly.
True.
Because there was so many times if Daisy was dead, you're just like walking around like, oh, he's over in the bushes, but when I get there, he's not going to be there anymore. What's that? What
you're talking about? Every time like the birds like flew away or whatever.
Yeah, that didn't mean
chasing
anything.
down the birds never really helps. You got to try to cut it off somewhere.
Yeah,
because no one ever stays in the same spot. The only time they do that is if they're evolving. Which
after that game though, I don't even know what comes out after that.
Ooh,
probably nothing.
I think Witcher's in March. I mean, I can get my list real quick, but if you want to look at maybe a next topic. Witcher 3, I need to play Witcher 2 before I even get Witcher, and I'm hoping that Witcher 3's... That's why I haven't gotten Dragon Age, is because I feel like...
Yeah, Dragon Age, you have to put a lot of...
Same thing.
You have to put a lot of time into Dragon Age, I've heard.
Yeah.
A lot of time. People are like, yeah, I haven't started it yet because I don't have enough time. Been playing other games.
The Order 1886 for PlayStation's 220, and we both don't have that. Battlefield Hardline is at the end of March.
That's
Mortal Kombat is in April.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat's a good game.
And then
but
Batman's in June.
I just want The Division and Rainbow Six.
That's very true.
I saw that with Xbox One. I was like, I need to get it. I don't care what else comes out.
I don't know. That's another one of those games where I'm gonna have to be impressed before I try to go get it because I don't know
Division?
what. Yeah,
No,
because I don't.
I could
Because
see that.
it could end up being a Destiny thing. It kind of looks like that. Kind of like how much detail and stuff to do is actually in those areas.
That's
Because
true.
all we've seen is them walking around and fighting a helicopter. Like, are those just staged things or?
It's weird that they haven't put out any more trailers or.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of fine with it being like a Last of Us. Like, Last of Us has some downtime. I mean, I haven't played it. I've watched it twice, though, on somebody's Let's Plays. But there's like a lot of downtime, and they let the story come in and all that stuff. Like, if those moments are there, they actually make them useful. Whatever. I mean, I don't need constant fighting.
I could see that for Division. For Rainbow Six, that'll just be a solid game. No,
Is that going to be a full price? Do we know?
Probably. I think it's just a complete game, and I have no problem with that.
6-on-6 or something?
I think it's just general Rainbow. I don't remember what Rainbow Six was. I think it was 6-on-6, but it might have been 4-on-4.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that looks awesome. That would be a competitive esports type game too, probably.
Rainbow Six is always good games, though. I mean, they're strange, but
Well, I mean, like you had some issues with
I got my rank reset, but
yeah. I mean, but I did that with Gears too. I mean, it's bound to happen. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it's a problem for everyone, that's an issue.
I didn't care. I got reset twice, so I had to do it twice. But after the second time, I'm like, yeah, I played
And
this
you
game enough.
got reset at like level 49 of 50 times. Like,
just
that would be annoying.
the achievement. I think that's like the only achievement I don't have too, which I don't normally care. But if I'm that close, then
Yeah.
it's just rubbing me in the face.
All right, what else we got?
I mean, we're at 32 minutes. If you
Yeah,
just-
so didn't we have another topic before the good old sports talk?
we could talk about who do you think's gonna win the Super Bowl.
So we're at the final topic.
I 32 minutes is probably a good amount of time for the first
I feel
time.
like we
Got
can do
a
it
little-
well. So
yeah.
you know more about the sport, but do you want to go first?
Since we're both from New England, I'm assuming
You know,
we're
that
both,
really narrows it down. You might not want to tell them my home address.
I'm going with the Patriots, but that's just because I like the Patriots.
Knock on wood. So
Yeah.
if
It's
they were
probably
going
the
up
same.
against the Giants, I would be more concerned about the jinxing. But I still don't want to jinx it. But I feel the Patriots.
The Seahawks.
all about-
You
'cause
don't
what
know
is-
much of the Seahawks, but they have the best defense.
Well, I know they have Marshawn Lynch, who's a great running back, and he's got that LT vibe with the fucking black visor thing. I love that.
He runs people. He's like Jerome Bettis, just runs everybody over. It's fucking
Isn't he?
awesome.
He's small too. He's kind of like
Yeah. It
who was
takes
that guy? Like Damian Tomlinson. That's who.
Yeah.
You know.
but he's a lot
So he
bigger, so
runs
it takes a lot of people to get him down. Which
Yeah.
is
Plus, he usually
awesome.
finds those inside holes and then like immediately bumps them out to the outside on the right.
Yeah.
And he's pretty deadly out there. But other than that, what do we have to worry about with the Seahawks?
Their defense is the
Their
best.
secondary, the whole
Yeah.
defense, or just the
Yeah,
second
the whole defense.
whole defense?
But their defense is banged up. So
Brady's good. Amendola is a good receiver.
yeah,
I mean, he doesn't get most of the action. The biggest receiver, Gronk needs to not hurt his fucking shoulder or leg or anything in the first half.
The Seahawks are talking shit. One of the Seahawks players
always
was saying that
talk
Gronk's
shit.
not even good. Not even good. I mean, you're not supposed to give the other team.
How good do you have to be when you're like 6'11" and like a tank?
You're usually not supposed to give the other team bulletin board material before a game, though, and tell them they're.
Last week he made that catch where he like one-handed it, like
No, that was a few weeks ago, but it was unbelievable.
yeah, like a that's a tight end too. Tight ends
Yeah.
usually don't do that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I think he's a goofy motherfucker. I think he's the Papelbon of the Patriots, but he gets shit done, and that's all you need. Plus,
Yeah, hopefully.
even just being there is a threat. Like that year we had Gonzalez and Gronk on like both sides.
Yeah.
And we had Welker.
We don't bring up Welker.
I'm just saying, we had so many options. And I think we had Moss maybe that year.
Yeah, one of the years. It was unbelievable.
So many options. It's like, who the hell do you cover? You try to double one of them, and then there's three other major threats out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just having them on the board opens up options for Brady. Who's the other receiver that's kind of our Welker now?
Edelman.
Yeah, Edelman.
He's basically just Welker.
But a better version. And he can run. Doesn't he run like the slot or whatever?
He threw a touchdown pass.
Yeah, so
Against
he's
the Ravens.
QB and the turned receiver.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Justin loves Justin loves the Ravens, and he was so mad when they happened. He's like, I can't believe this happened.
All right. So we touched on their secondary, the Pats. What else? Who was our running back? He was great last game. Yeah, he was running great. Is he our only running back? We usually have like 4 or whatever.
Yeah, we have a bunch, but he's like the main. He's our main one.
Yeah, he runs hard too.
He's basically like Marshawn Lynch, just not as
bigger.
Good.
Not as good and bigger.
He's also a punk. He was on a team, the Steelers, in like week 13, and he's like, I don't want to play anymore. Walked off the field, got released, and got picked up by the Patriots. And then everyone in the league's like, yeah, that's gonna teach them a thing or two about quitting a team and getting on a better team.
It's just gonna be utter chaos with people just dropping after the first loss of the season. We're 0-1. Fuck this. I'm out. Yeah. Anything else you want to touch on the game? I'm not gonna do scores because I'm not gonna get close. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know what a score would be.
Do you see a blowout or do you see?
No, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be. Did you watch the Ravens game? You probably didn't watch the Ravens game, but it's gonna be like the Ravens game. It was back and forth, and we won at the end, and hopefully that's what happens again.
Oh, no.
No, it wasn't. We got down by 14 twice and then came back. It was unbelievable.
Well, the Seahawks also barely beat the Packers, too, right?
Yeah, I hope that happens again.
and Rodgers kind of has like a Brady element to him. He's kind of that same
He's better than Brady, probably.
Faster and stuff like that, but
younger and shit.
Yeah, so we'll watch out. I'm not really too worried about their receivers or their.
They don't have any receivers or an offense other than Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, so I think we got that.
Hopefully,
but we'll see. We'll knock on wood.
Because if they don't, then it's gonna be like, oh, they can't win without deflated footballs.
Yeah. Oh my God, that whole thing.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that because that's just stupid.
Is that over? Or is that still going?
No, that's still going. They announced that the refs didn't even write down the PSI for the footballs, so they have like no hard.
I swear to God, the ref took the kickoff football and put it down to spot, and then like he had everybody line up, and like he's like, oh wait, hold on, we have to put the real ball in. So like they didn't even. No one knew if the refs are touching the ball all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's stupid.
Come on,
very very stupid.
If it was that noticeable of a difference, Jesus, come on, somebody would have said something.
Yeah, exactly. That's all.
The haters.
Yeah,
all right, you can close it.
That's all we really got to talk about this week on our first try.
Pretty well, not bad.
I think it was good for a first try.
Tries.
We're gonna get this up hopefully every Saturday, around Saturday,
Sunday, some weekend,
something like that. It's not gonna be up Saturday this week, but
probably Sunday on this one.
Might attempt to live.
We have to at least get it out before the Super Bowl starts.
Well, yeah, and I'm gonna attempt to live stream this maybe once we get it going better, in case anyone wants to watch it live.
Yeah.
Some people like that stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we will have this up next week, so we will see.
We'll try to get Larry.
And we will try. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring that up. We're going to try to get other people.
Yeah.
At least our friend Larry.
It's easier to bounce ideas off of multiple people, get some more opinions in there.
Our friend
Larry. So I can get off Barrow's dick, right? Am I right?
Yeah, you do need to get there. We'll see you next week, though. See you later.
Bye.